What's up, beautiful people, to the Ricky Jones Jr. podcast. It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., which I'm also excited to be with y'all here today, which I'm excited to have this conversation with you all. As you know, we have entertaining conversations, okay? And so don't feel like because of the title or whatever or not, it's not going to be entertaining. It definitely will be, okay? But as you know, I like to start off with shout outs and shouting out people who have reached out and shown their support. And this one goes to my lovely wife, the oh so lovely, oh so great Krista Jones, which you may see her in the comment section under A Purposeful Pursuit, which is the name of the podcast. Well, not podcast, but the YouTube channel that she has. So I'm going to put the links down below for her so that y'all can go and support her as she supports me in the various endeavors that we pursue, right? So yeah, no, that's what that is. So definitely stay tuned for the ending so you can know what is a boom or a bust as far as a product that I had, which that's going to be pretty cool because this one I came up on it, right? But nonetheless, in it all, let's go ahead and have the conversation, okay? So for those that don't know, this month, the month of June, is actually set aside as the LGBTQ plus Pride Month, which I was like, oh man, that's pretty interesting. And I came up on it because we were having different discussions, things like that about vacationing and even Father's Day. And I was like, oh man, Father's Day is in June. And then as I was like scrolling to the month of June, I saw the other different holidays and I was like, oh man, that's pretty interesting. But I say it's interesting just mentally, just thinking through my processes of coming in contact with the community, right? So for those that don't know, let's have a talk. I'll talk you through the point in which I am now as it pertains to, I'm gonna call it a group of people, right? At the end of the day, we're all people. But nonetheless, for those that don't know, I grew up and was raised in the suburbs of Atlanta. So the northern part of Atlanta, Gwinnett County, the north, things like that. For those that know the Migos, right? They were in the area in which I was raised in, a school that I should have went to, but I ended up going to another school, but that's neither here nor there. But in Atlanta, it was a thing that we saw quite a bit. And growing up, I will say, like, it was crazy, the different things that went about amongst people, right? And the different hates and things like that takes place. But the thought, even growing up, was like, you don't want to talk to any gay people, right? The thought was you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to touch them. If you touch them, you'll become gay. Like, it was just crazy things that kids were saying, right? I was a child. And so as a child, it's various things that are said, bullies and things like that. But that was like the thing. So anybody that identified within that community was like, had their own group, and they were consisted of themselves. And I saw, and I didn't think it was right, but growing up, you kind of fall into the line, peer pressure, all that good stuff. So I knew people, I spoke to people, but I wasn't like hanging out with them because, growing up, you didn't want to be seen with that group because of what people may say. But thank God, you continue to live and you continue to grow and you learn how to deal with peer pressure and things like that and how to be yourself, really, at the end of the day. But nonetheless, in it all, so I grew up with that. And then, growing up, I'll be hanging out with my friends like that, and somebody may give me a compliment on my shoes, right? So there is a popular mall in Atlanta called Lenox Mall, which is a wonderful mall. Though they had a lot of shootings and things like that here recently, growing up, it was a very prominent mall. Like, if you wanted high-end fashion and things like that, you go to Lenox Mall. Or if you want to be seen, you go to Lenox Mall. But the people who had money went to Lenox Mall. But nonetheless, so all that to say, when you go to Lenox Mall, you wear your best outfit. So did what I had to do, wore my best outfit, and I would get compliments, right, from some girls, which felt good, but then from some guys, which was like, oh man, like, what do you say to that? Like, do you say thank you, you accept the compliment, or whatever, whatnot? But it's just those crazy thoughts that you have because we didn't really have the education that we have today, but it was just mainly hearsay, and hearsay was from other middle schoolers and high schoolers who know nothing at the end of the day. Though we thought we knew everything back then, we didn't know anything, right? But anyway, that was the whole thought, right? And then as I continued to grow up, I would see, people who had interest in their same sex or, things like that. Men, women. The list goes on. And I was like, okay, cool. That's what they wanted to do. That's not necessarily what I wanted to do. And so, I was cool with that. But then things changed, right? So here's the shift. This is the shift that made the lifelong shift for me and allowed for me to be who I am today, even to that great group of people. I will say, just like any other people, they are people as well. And so I say that to say, like, I'm here to show love. Like, I love love. I'm all about love. And I am here to express God love to all in which I come in contact with. So with that being said, I went to seminary school. So for those that don't know, I graduated from LSU. And then from there, I ended up going to Mercer University's School of Divinity, which is called McAfee School of Theology. And so going there, I was amongst other people that I felt like were ready to be preachers, ready to be pastors, ready to be leaders in the Christian faith and Christian community. And some of them were gay, or some of them were in that community, right? The LGBTQ plus community. And it threw me off. Like, that was the first time that I saw physically, right? Maybe I saw it on TV, maybe not, probably not. But that was the first time I saw like people within the community as Christians. And it kind of threw me off because I never even put the two together, because growing up, I felt like to be, within that community was to not be in Christ. So I'm like, wait a minute, how is this? And my also thought was everybody in seminary, I thought and believe and still do believe that they felt like they had a call in their life to share the gospel, share Jesus in various ways. So we are there to find out more information, to gather more details, information, and insight so that you can be a great witness to those who may not have come in contact with Jesus. Or for those who have come in contact with Jesus, they would know how to do it better, right? And so that's what I had the idea behind seminary. Go to seminary, blah, 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 and that's what you do. That's what you're there for. And so being there, like I said, I come into contact with people within the community. I'm like, wait a minute, from afar. I say it within myself. I do a lot of self-talk, but saying it within myself, like, man, Ricky, like, how... And God, how is this so? Like, how are they here? And you spoke to them. In my mind, obviously you spoke to them. This is why they're here. So like, how does this work? Like, how am I supposed to deal with this? Largely because, and I will say, there was a push. So the push came because in one class you have to do group work, and my group consisted of, I think it was like a group of 4. I think I had 2 out of 4 members within the community. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to interact with these individuals, which is something that I didn't do before. So obviously there was a push to like figure out how I'm going to relate, conversate, talk. Do I give them my number, or do I just keep an email, or do I just only do it or speak to them when they're in class? Like, it was all these different things that I grew up with that put a divide between who I am and who they are, and you don't cross, right? That was just a thought. You don't cross. Kids being kids. I already talked about that. But nonetheless, I get to this point, I'm like, God, like, I'm seriously praying and talking to God, because obviously I like to make good grades. I want to do well, and I want to show love. So like, God, how do I do this? And God simply said, love them just the way I love you. And I was like, okay, you went with this love approach, which is cool. Like, God is love. I get it. And, the list goes on, but, just love them, right? That's what you're here to do. You are a representative of who I am, which I am love. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them all, right? And them all is all humanity, all man. There is no choice between who I love and who I don't love. I love all. I came for all, Jesus, right? In that vein, I came for all. I didn't come for a specific group of people, though a specific group of people will choose me, but I came for all. And so, Ricky, what I need you to do is love all. See them as yourself, right? Love them as you will want me to love you. Essentially is what he said. Love them and see them as you will want, God saying, me to love you and see you. So I was like, okay, let me try it out. So I started having conversations with 2 of my group members. 2 of them happened to be guys, and we were just talking, and it was okay. Like, it wasn't awkward at all. And I'm one to, when I talk, I like to make eye contact, kind of, boisterous and things like that. And, was getting the feedback too. And it was cool at the end of the day. Shook hands. Yeah, we touched hands. And I was okay, right? It's just crazy, right? When you think about what you were brought up on, in a sense of like, your groups, your friends and things like that. And then when you come into reality of what really is, can be 2 different things. And that could be a litany of things, right? Not even just talking about the specific subject, but that could be a specific food, right? I grew up not loving Caesar salads. I hadn't even tasted it. But then Crystal was like, hey, you should have a Caesar salad. I tasted the Caesar salad and I love the Caesar salad. Now I love Caesar salads. I couldn't have it any other way, or couldn't even think of it any other way. But I said it to say like how tarnished different people have been because of what the groups, what the status, what the culture, what the community is saying about another group of people, or just in general. So I said it to say I grew past that. I grew past that in my conversation with God, talking to God, praying to God, and hearing from God. God was like, love them. So hey, the love has not only reigned at that point on, but from this point now. So if I see anybody, and I honestly mean anybody, I'm gonna speak, I'm gonna look at them in the face, I'm gonna try to give people a compliment, but I try to hold off in some cases because I don't want people to think I'm flirting. But that's my goal. My goal is to make people smile. And so, love perseveres. So I say all that to say I'm here to have this conversation with the idea that with this month being what this month is, share love. People need love. All people need love, and people find love where they find love, and people try to find love in ways in which they can experience love. But why not be the person that is giving love? We're not here to condemn. We're not here to judge. We're not here for any of that. We're here to love people and to be representative of Christ here in this here world. So why not love? Why not smile? Why not shake a hand? Why not give a hug? It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to change you. It's not going to make you anything different. It's not going to turn you to anything. It's going to allow for you to be who you are, but greater because of the love that you're expressing. Now, that can go all ways. I'm not just talking about a particular community, though it is that this, the month that it is. But at the end of the day, the love should be spread each and every day, not just in a particular month, right? Just like Black History Month. Black History Month is in the month of February, but at the end of the day, we can celebrate my brothers and sisters each and every month, each and every day. It's okay. I'm saying that to say, have a new lens, have a new perspective. I challenge you to take on the perspective that I had, or have an introspective conversation with yourself to find out why you may or may not feel a certain way about a particular group of people. And you may realize it may be rooted in somebody else's thoughts that you haven't even tested out for yourself to prove whether or not it was either true or false, or something that you should either put to the side or pick up and run with because you found it out to be true. But test it through love. And that's the main thing that I want to share and express today in our entertaining conversation, right? We're going to have love, right? I had to walk through some steps, but I walked through where I was growing up as a child, but then walking through what I was and I am as an adult. And the two are vastly different, largely because the conversations that I was having. So with that being said, we having a conversation. We here for it. I'm here for it. If you want to talk about it, definitely let me know. I'm here to show love. At the end of the day, I'm all about love. And so Love Jones, I say it to my kids all the time, Love Jones, love gang. We here to express and show love. So, hey, our brothers and sisters all across the world, whoever y'all, colors, yada, 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 I love you all. You gonna get nothing but love from me unless you try to come from my kids, right? And from my wife. And that's gonna be a different situation. But I'm going to handle it in love, and you're going to know I loved you through whatever it is that you had to go through because you did what you had to do. But nonetheless, we're not here for that. We're here for love, okay? Boom. It is what it is. But with that being said, great people, have a great day, have a great week, have a great life, and allow love to persevere, because hate doesn't do anything but harm you. It doesn't harm the person that you're hating, though it may block you from different things of experiencing with them, but hate hurts you. It damages you. It doesn't allow for you to grow and be all that you were created to be, which I believe we were all created to not only possess love and have love, but to share love. So allow for love to be what it is supposed to be, which is shared, expressed, embraced, and given, okay? And freely give it because you freely receive it. So with that being said, great people, we're going to go into the boom and the bust, right? Let's go ahead and see what we booming and busting. Now, I don't have it physically here with me, but I'm going to pop it up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm going to just have to explain it to you. So what this is a kiwi, ladies and gentlemen. It's I forgot the name of it, but you'll see it and all that good stuff. But it's a golden kiwi, if I remember correctly. And so when you cut it open, it's like a yellowish type color, which is like awkward because usually kiwis are green. However, mother-in-law, mother-in-love, both are the same, but nonetheless, she is one that like goes and acquire different fruits and things like that. And this is one that she brought to the house, and I was like, oh man, I have to try it. When I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this kiwi is off the chain. It's a boom. boom. Unlike any other booms, I'm telling you right now, you need to go and get it. Try to find it. I think she bought it from Sprouts. I'm sure Whole Food has it as well. Or if you're like me, you could even grow it yourself. But it is good. Even the skin is edible. Because, you know, usually how kiwis have like hairy type skin. But no, this one's kind of smooth and not hairy at all. And so I was even eating some of the peel and skin, if you want to call it that, of the kiwi as well. Saying that to say it's something that you want to try, something that you want to get, and you can thank me later. I had about 2 and probably tasted like 4, and all of them were sweet. It's a very sweet fruit, and it's something that you want to have. I would even blend the whole thing. If I don't even know like the nutritional value and benefits of the skin of a kiwi. However, I believe just like any other fruit, the skin is going to be good and nutritional in its value. So I'm probably going to give it a try too. But I say all that to say, you want to do that, okay? So thank me later. Show your love, however you want to show your love. But definitely you want to go and get that, what's it called? Golden kiwi. Okay, great people. So in it all, with it all, I thank you all. I appreciate you all. If you are a member of the community, shouts out to you. I have nothing but love for you. If you're trying to find love, I'm here to give it to you. If you want a hug, if you're in the Tampa area, if you find me, if you see me, I'm here to give you a hug, and I hope others do as well. And if you're a part of any community that's outside of mine, I'm here to give you and show you love as well, okay? But definitely putting the light on and bright on a specific community because of the month, right? The month of June has been set aside in America for the community, and so hey, I'm here to show love for you all. And if I look on the calendar and see other communities that need love too, or have a month within the calendar, I'm here to show love, okay? So with that being said, I probably said bye probably like 3 times already, but in this time, you know, it's always so hard to say goodbye because I love to talk and have conversations, but we just gonna do it just like that. Put a pin on it, an exclamation point, put a love sign. This is sign language for love, okay? For those who are trying to figure out what are you throwing out, Ricky, it's the sign language sign for love, okay? But at the end of the day, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I will see you. If you're watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button. Or if you listen on other podcasting platforms, go ahead, click that follow button. And I'll be there for you another day on YouTube. I'll see you the next time. Till then, peace. Love you.